Are you ready to learn from someone who also runs an amazing virtual assistant agency? If you're feeling stuck on the one person grind, this is Scale You, your weekly guide to growing your business like crazy. Every single week, we are bringing on a lot of guests who have a lot of experience in the businesses that they're in. And we're going to talk about productivity hacks, we're going to be talking about AI, automations, and everything else in between. Scale You is designed to take you from solopreneur to a thriving business owner. So skip the grind and let's scale you. So our guest today is Christine Levine. She is a passionate entrepreneur and the co-founder and head of operations at Axury Virtual Assistance. Axury empowers entrepreneurs and network marketers by providing top-notch virtual assistants who become integral parts of their teams. Our guest's dedications extend beyond her agency as she actively trains aspiring virtual assistants, equipping them with the skills to thrive in a remote environment and embrace a digital nomad lifestyle. So join me, guys, as we welcome our guest today, Christine, who's technically second time on this channel, but first time on Scale You. Hi, Christine.
Hi, Leon. It's nice. Well, thank you for having me as a guest.
How are you today? How's life? How's a day in a life so far? Today's good. Wrapping up. Today's Friday for those who are listening or watching. Today's Friday for us. How's wrapping up this week so far?
So still feels like Monday. Still that busy, but this is the day that I'm actually looking forward to, like in every week,
Mhm.
because this should be like a relaxed day, and it's close to weekend. But I don't know, just today it feels like it's still Monday. So
It's one of those days. So walk us through, Christine, the highlights basically of your life. Like I always ask, like 3 to 5 highlights of your life, of where you've been, and what kind of led you to the life that you have now.
highlights. So first would be I think having kids, of course, yeah, because I had a kids when I was like 21, so like it's still like too early, but that's one highlight because I've experienced everything. I think all the hardships and all that. And then the second highlight is having the virtual assistance agency,
Mhm.
having that because I really haven't really thought of building a business. So I do have the training and the VA personally as a business, but I haven't really thought of like building a company. So that's second. Third one. Um, Third one, I think, is when I turned 40. So I think it
Mhm.
opened up a lot of doors for me um, in all aspects, like personal, career wise, love life, and all that. So
Mhm.
yeah, that's just it for now, I think.
Got it. Well, it's interesting. The three highlights that you've kind of gone through are things that people usually can't imagine themselves, or things that they have gone through, but they are still kind of figuring out how to tread through it. So I want to pull a little bit of different threads there, because the last time we talked, and if you guys are watching on YouTube, I interviewed her. We actually looked it up 4 years ago, July, in 2020, in the middle of a pandemic. That was the last time I was able to talk with Christina in this matter. And of course, since then you've started your agency. Walk me through that flip over. Last time I talked to you, you were still training VAs. You're still kind of doing that. What was the flip over? Like, okay, now from teaching VAs, I'm actually gonna like serve clients with VAs.
Right. Yeah. So from the training, I was training, like aspiring VAs to become a VA, and then
Mm.
I'm actually thinking, like, right after the training, where would they go? Like, where would I put them, or how is it gonna be? So I thought of maybe an internship will do
Mm.
just for them to practice. And so I had the client before, and I think I mentioned about the training that I'm doing for aspiring virtual assistants, and he gave me an idea, and he said, I think that internship would work. If you want, you can refer that to me. So,
Mm.
so they can practice. And he's still like starting up his business, his digital marketing business. So yeah, I think that's where it started. And then pandemic came, like a lot of clients being referred to us, but we
Mm.
can handle only so much. Like I already have like 5 clients that time, so I don't think I can handle another one. And so I thought of why don't I get the VAs, from the training if they want to work with the client. So and then I had some friends who did the same thing, so we like talk about it.
Mm.
Even went to Baguio. Like really plan, yeah, to really
Mhm.
plan about the business, how we can get started. And actually, the three of us don't have any idea like how to start a business, but so we just plan it. We just created a simple process on how we can get started on onboarding the VAs and onboarding clients. And yeah, so from there, it's been 3 years now, and I think it's still growing. So, well, thank God for that. But yeah, so that's how it started.
Very cool. I love that you did it with friends too. Like um I think I've talked to you about this. Like when I started to XU, I did it with basically the person I've been working with for years. Because I wanted to start my own business. So it is a different thing rather than if you're doing it all alone. Which I know for a lot of people who are listening to the podcast, there might be entrepreneurs, they might be just really starting on their journey. So the next thread that I want to pull is the fact that when you said when you turned 40, which a lot of people don't think about this, is when you turned 40, you had a lot of things start opening up for you. Kind of walk us through kind of what were the things that opened up for you?
Yeah. So when I turned 40, I'm not really like a speaker type. So yeah, I can do the training, I can talk to other people, but not really, like sharing
Mm-hmm.
your experience as a speaker, like live speaker. I think I've done some guestings, podcasts, and all that, and that's it. But with
Mm-hmm.
live guestings, live speaking, and engagement, no, I still have those those jitters whenever speaking. And
Mm-hmm.
so an opportunity came when I joined the Nomad Workation, the fifth Nomad Workation retreat off by Buying Hub, and that was in El Nido, Palawan. So that's one opportunity that I became like a speaker. And it's just, like really nice because still a lot of digital nomads don't know the digital virtual assistants or virtual assistants, but they do the digital marketing, but they don't know that they can also work with the virtual assistants that can help them with their digital marketing business.
Sure.
And so it's like a great opportunity to share that and the impact that we made for the lives of others. And then it's just like really amazing because we get to work with the ACT and DIWA as well. Just to share how others can become virtual assistants and opening doors to universities as well, like for college students,
Wow.
on how
Mm-hmm.
they can, like get a job even if they're still studying and get
Mm-hmm.
some funds for their college. So yeah, this just really the opportunity, and a lot is still coming in. So I'm building this training just because, yeah, because of that, because somebody approached me that they wanted to introduce virtual assistants to their school, and so we're really planning on it, like building the training around it. So yeah.
That is incredible. I love that. And I remember we shared kind of that vision of helping a lot or as much as we could the people
Yeah.
around us to be able to get started online. And now you're even reaching school. So that is incredible. So round of applause for you for that one, for getting to that audience because like you can imagine this is a side story, but I think you would like this as well. For both my sisters, they're finishing college, having 2 years, 3 years of experience being a VA, just because like other people have around them, including myself, have been teaching that. So you can imagine like they've told their friends have told other friends, those friends told their siblings. So it becomes kind of this cool domino effect as you're teaching a lot of college students to do it. Like everyone else starts doing it as well as they're able to. So that's amazing. So what would you say would have been or were challenges and roadblocks that you kind of had to climb your way through as most people kind of have to as you got to where you are now?
Yeah. So, well, as you mentioned, we actually met through an organization, right? Wherein I'm doing the training, and so I think after 5 years, I actually tendered my resignation because I just wanted to like pause for a while because I feel like I'm not gonna be effective if I don't know anything
Mm,
anymore. I mean, it's new training that I'm doing, but I wanted to give more. It's just that I can't give more because I have a job, I have the agency, and so that's actually one challenge for me because I don't want to let go of the training, but I have to. So it's like the
mm,
challenge of letting go. And then I've been through a lot of trainings as well, just to get more information, more knowledge that I can share with others. And so there are also some other ways that are asking how to start an agency. I was like, wait, I'm not there yet. So
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it's kind of like a pressure, like if
Mm-hmm.
people are asking a lot of questions from you, um, it kind of feels like I gotta give them an answer. I gotta know this, even if you don't really know it. So,
Mm-hmm.
but I am sharing what I know, what I did, and so. But it takes a lot of course, research and learning as well, because I want to give them, the right answers. But
Yeah.
based from experience, of course, I can give it to you. But references, that's what I have to research and be really accurate on it. So
Mm-hmm.
another challenge is, of course, we don't have a business background.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's I think the business background is kind of helpful when developing like the system, the process, everything about the company or the operations, and I don't have that background. So it's kind of challenging, like really creating a system for the agency, creating this culture for the
Mm-hmm.
operation. It's like you're doing all at the same thing, and just like really grateful as well that I have a business partner who's taking care of other things aside from the other things that like we're like really working together. So yeah, it takes a lot of training,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm not really diligent when it comes to training. So I love, like doing training, but sometimes I don't have time because
Mm-hmm.
family, everything that happens and all that. So yeah, those are some of the challenges. Like you're really learning every now and then, and of course, not all like whatever you establish. Sometimes you have to redo it like
Mm-hmm.
every time until you get it. So until now, I think we're still doing that. Like we're still improving and everything, and especially AI is now here. So we're like really really stepping up. We want to
Mm-hmm.
step up and integrate AI into our business, into our services that we're offering as well. So and a lot of competition. So yeah, that's one very it's one very significant challenge that
Mm-hmm.
we have now, and that's why we wanted to um, like incorporate or integrate AI with our business or services.
Very cool. Well, I can relate to a lot of that, of what you just said also, of like first gaining the experience to be able to talk about it and be able to teach it, and then going ahead and actually then doing it, and then not having the background at all to know how to get started in the first place, building those
Yeah.
systems, building those that culture, with the competition. It's been very interesting. It's like I said at the beginning, like we both have it's basically assistant agencies,
Yeah.
but like for it's a weird balance of like one knowing that might have just different niches anyway, and then the other side of like how can we improve based on what they're doing, like what are they doing that we're not doing yet, which is where AI comes in for a lot of people, where automations come in also for a lot of
Yeah.
people. So it is definitely a journey. So thank you for sharing that, a lot of the heavy stuff, to be honest, and at the
I
same
know.
time kind of walking us through. So what is then, as you are building a lot of, you're building the business, you're building it through with a lot of other people, you've built it so far, what is kind of the value that you're trying to create in the world? What is that thing that you're trying to contribute basically into the bigger space of the world?
So well, it might be, like a women empowering, because we started with that. But I also
Mhm.
wanted to empower other people, not just women, not just mothers, but also maybe men. So that's also one of our projects, and that's why we're diving into the college students. Like to
Mhm.
help them um, with their funding for schools through virtual assistance. So I think I wanted to, because there's still a lot of people who are afraid to do this because they
Mhm.
think it's a stable job. So even though we're like working for in this industry for like 6 years or 7 years, still a lot of people are not comfortable with it, and so that's what I wanted to still like um, empower people with, like digital learning or digital job is not really, it's not something that you have to be scared of. It's something that you should discover, and
Mm.
learn. And from there, I think I just really wanted to leave a legacy, like with the training, or the purpose of me being a teacher, a trainer, is to impart the knowledge to other people who needs it. So,
Got it. So the value they're creating in the world is essentially that knowledge of uh, coaching people through, training them through, getting to the point where they're not as scared. They see that it's real. They see that it can be done. I love
yeah.
that. So then, if you had a second brain, if you had a third Christine, fourth, five, let's say there's 10 Christines in the world, what would be, if would you assign different tasks for each Christine, or what would be kind of the way that you guys would want to change the world because you've essentially multiplied yourself in that way?
Oh my gosh, I really wish I have 10 Christines.
We all do.
Yeah, but well, one of the coaches that I talked to said that we really can't do that, but we can duplicate ourselves, but not, exactly like we
Mhm.
are. So if I have someone like that, or like me, that can talk like me, I would want them to, maybe, I would assign them to do um, trainings as well. Like training the trainers. So they'd be the trainers that I'll be working with, and
Mhm.
they'll be training different expertise that they have. I think I already have that with our group of VAs, but they're just busy at the moment, so we can't. Because I
Mhm.
work with VA that's really, like she knows how to respond like me, and so I was really happy when I did that, or when we did that work. So I wanted to have someone like that, that can respond as me, and
Mhm.
that I can mentor. So I already have one, the one who's doing the training for that organization. So she's from the VA training, and she's doing, the training right now. So that's good. But I wanted to have more people who are, um, I would say, more knowledgeable than me,
Mhm.
that can train other topics. Like say other topics in digital marketing, other topics that can teach them how to use AI and all that, and so I can focus more on building another, like army of lady bosses, or something like that. I wanted to do
Mhm.
that, and so yeah, so something like that.
Amazing. I love that. The army of lady bosses. And it's interesting. Like for the two of us, like our business model is that we're essentially duplicating our clients with an EA, right? That's
Yeah.
kind of the vision, the goal. So the fact that we also talked about, like, you can't really fully duplicate yourself, but then you want people who are smarter than you want people who would talk about other topics than you, but then they complement you in the same way. So I love seeing that. So then if we had to strip it down, that's the Christine, the army of Christines that you want. If we just strip it down to you, what makes Christine Christine? Like, what's the, I like asking it, of like, what's the superpower that you are either bringing to the table of who you are, basically? What would that look like?
Okay. As I mentioned earlier, that is the hardest question, but I think I would just go to the purpose. The purpose that I discovered when I started. I think when I started the VA journey.
Mm-hmm.
So Christine is a teacher. So
Aw,
I've
I
been
love that.
saying
Mhm.
before, yeah, I've been saying before that I don't want to teach. I don't want to be a teacher. But then that's the course that I took in college. And it's like when I asked my parents, I wanted to transfer to a different school. They were referring me to another teacher school. So it's like, no, I don't want to be a
It's the
teacher. So it's
same.
like wasting your time, right? Wasting your time transferring to another, but still you're gonna be a teacher. And I'm not really um because I didn't take a review, or I didn't do the review before the board exam, but I passed. So I was like, my gosh, is it like
It's
really
meant
for
to be.
me? Yeah, yeah. So
Mhm.
and then so, but I did not practice that, and in like a school setup and all that. But um, when I was working in the BPO industry, I applied as a trainer, and I used that profession, like to get to that. And then after the BPO industry, so after that, I become like an ESL teacher. So that's actually my first job,
Mm.
online. And so I was like, so. even if I keep on running away, from
Not
being a
wanting to do it, yeah.
teacher, no,
Mm,
that's your purpose. And so that's why actually, that's what I really discovered when I did the VA training. So at first I thought not gonna be effective, and like, no, I'm just doing this because I miss training, because that's
mhm.
what I did with the other, like in the corporate job. But no, even if I stop, I feel like no, I have to do this. I have to train. And even with other people, if I'm doing it personally, not really in a group, I feel like yes, that's my heart. Like I really want to teach them. So yeah, Christine is a teacher.
Incredible. I love that. I love that that's still the basically the circle that you came back into. Is that yeah, no matter where you put Christine, she's gonna be a teacher.
I
She's gonna
know.
be a trainer. She's gonna be
Yes.
this kind of person. So, Christine, how can people learn from you? How can people find you? Is there anything exciting that you also want to talk about?
Yeah, yeah. So we actually have this group. It's Remote Jobs and Skills Academy. It's actually new for those who wanted to learn more about virtual assistants. So we'll be building like a platform as well wherein they can learn
Ooh.
other expertise or niches that they
Mhm.
want aside from the basic virtual assistant or the general virtual assistants. So they can join the group. It's Remote Jobs and Skills Academy. You can find it in Facebook, or you can also send me PM here, LinkedIn,
Mhm.
Facebook, and in Instagram. So my name is just Christine Levine. If you see, I think there's a lot of Christine Levine, but
We'll put your link on the description for sure. Yeah,
yeah, yeah. So yeah, Christine Levine. So you can send me messages with that.
perfect. Well, thank you so much for your time today, Christine. Looking forward to catching up more with you. But we shouldn't have it
Yeah,
be have 4 years pass by before we
I know.
talk next. And again, thank you so much for being on the Scale You podcast.
Yeah, thank you so much as well, and well, good luck to your podcast. All the best.
Thank you. Again, all of Christine's links will be below so you guys can check her out. And hope you guys enjoyed this episode as well. And whether you guys are watching this or listening to this, make sure to hit the thumbs up wherever you can. Make sure to hit subscribe so you get the weekly episodes of the Scale You podcast. And hope you guys have an amazing day. And remember that small steps matters. And I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.